Oh, welcome, my friend. Welcome to the show. What a day I had. I gotta go over it real quick. You guys gotta hear about this. This was completely insane. But yesterday, I did Discover Connecticut Live in Fairfield, Connecticut. And I met a ton of people on the street, a bunch of kids that were just finished playing a baseball game, met a couple, met a kid who's just graduating in a few months. And then I met the singer-songwriter of The Samples. If you guys don't know The Samples, when I was a kid, The Samples were huge. They were a huge band in Connecticut. I went and saw them at the Globe in Norwalk, I think when I was maybe 17 years old. So I've known about The Samples for a very, very long time. They have this song, Silver and Gold, this like beautiful harmony thing. I remember it, beautiful song. And so when he's talking to me, I'm like, you got this song? And he's like, yeah, I got that song. And I'm like, oh my goodness. He's like, we'll be playing it tonight. So for some reason, the streaming device, the audio was not working. So you guys had no audio when I met this awesome guy. However, I didn't realize that the audio was being picked up on my camera itself when I filmed the actual 45 minutes downtown in Fairfield. So I have the full audio of my conversation with Sean. So excited about that, first of all. Secondly, I was invited by he and his wife to go to the Fairfield Theater Company, the Warehouse, in order to watch the show and do an episode. This is crazy. So we're sitting there at 6:30 maybe in the afternoon, and he's like, "What are you doing at 8? You want to go to you want to come to the show?" And I was like, "We'll do an episode." And he's like, "Yeah, that's awesome. Come on." I'm like, "You're kidding, right?" And so while we're sitting there, his wife gets on the phone and she's sending a text, and she goes, "Do you want to bring a +1?" And I was like, "Well, I'll check and see if my wife can go. I'm not sure if she can. We have the kids." And so she goes, "I'll give you a +1 just in case." I'm like, "No way." So I get home and I'm eating dinner with my family, and I'm like, I got this invite. Do you want to go? My wife's like, I can't. We got to put my daughter to bed. The other two is just crazy. There's no way. This is very short notice. She's like, I love The Samples. She's like, I love The Samples. I'd love to go, but you should go. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. I think I'll just stay home. It was really cool to meet him. I'll get in touch. We're going to do something with podcasts because he's got a podcast and I got what I've been doing here. We're going to have him on and talk more about the music. And also he does this thing about aliens and all this other crazy stuff. We really had a great conversation. I'll wait for you guys to see this when I edit it down. So anyway, long story short, I was invited by them to go to the FTC, and I haven't been back there since I played music there myself in 2007. So pretty cool. I get there and I don't know what they're going to say because this is not him that controls the venue. The FTC is a very well-known venue in the Northeast, and the best artists go play there. And I don't think they allow people to just bring in their camera, their cinema camera, and start walking around and filming things. But I'm like, I'm going. I was invited by the singer-songwriters, The Samples. Matt Zabrowski hit us with a woohoo because of last night's crazy day. Zabrowski hits us with it all the time. So basically what happened is I get there. You could see this is what you heard the audio to and watched the whole thing. Hopefully you had a chance. I walked in. They were okay with it. I told them what I was doing. I went there, set up, I started walking around. The way I have my system set up now, I can actually leave my device that streams and walk away and film and come back and set it up and do my thing. So there's all kinds of crazy cinematic footage where I'm walking in front of the artists. And so Josh Joplin, who's a new artist, I believe I haven't had a chance to listen to his music besides at the show, but he was great. And so afterwards, when he finished, he was giving an album to the bouncer there and security guy. And I grabbed him and had a nice interview with him. Talked to him about the Beat Seat. He offered me an album, but I told him I don't really I'm not going to take his CD. I'm not going to take his vinyl because I don't listen to that stuff. But that was very kind of him. But he had a great interview, and we're going to connect as well about the Beat Seat and maybe do an interview to promote his music. Great time watching him. And then the coolest thing was Erin came over, tapped me on the shoulder while I was kind of filming Josh's band. And she goes, I'm so glad you can make it. Sean's in the back. Do you want to come in the back? And I'm like, yeah, I want to go in the back. Let's go. I grabbed the camera. I'm rolling. And then the security guy goes, you can't go in, you can't take the camera back there. We don't allow filming back there. And I'm like, oh man. And I kind of get it because you don't know what's going on in the green room when artists are back there. You have no idea. So I was like, I get it. I get it. So had to tell all of you that that's it. I'll be back. And so for the next 20 minutes, half hour, I went behind the door into the green room and hung out with Sean, hung out with the bass player, hung out with the drummer, talked to him about the beat seat, and then they were like, go get it, because I brought a beat seat. I left it in the car because I had the camera and everything. So like, go get it. We want to see this thing. So I go get the beat seat out of the car, and I bring it in, do a little demonstration, and then they play around with it. They love the tones. The drummer's like, this is crazy. And I told them the story about some of the people that are using it. And I said, they're like, yeah, we're going from here to Maryland next. And I'm like, these people are on tour, like around the country. And so I said, you know what? I want to give this to you, my gift. You're going on the road. There are sometimes you're not playing big venues. You need to play a smaller venue. It was like the drummer. I was like, dude, you could just rock out on this thing. And he's like, I could just bring like a hi-hat and a snare or a ride, and this thing is like gold. And so I said, take it. And Sean, hopefully you're writing songs on this thing, that type of thing. Said they're going to do a Facebook Live with it and show it off. So looking forward to seeing if that happens. Regardless, I had an amazing experience going. I had a chance to go see the samples. They played the song I wanted to hear, the Silver and Gold song. And oh man, it's crazy because while they're playing it, I'm like, okay. This is crazy, okay? So you had, and this is nobody really, maybe you heard this, maybe you didn't. I think you did. The security guard, I'm watching him as I'm doing my thing and trying to get interviews, and I see him take my card and he scans the QR code and he goes to the Discover Connecticut YouTube channel. And he looks, he probably saw he only has 250 subs, so whatever. But still, he looked and he saw that this is a straight up show. It's about Connecticut. It's about the community, and it's highlighting stuff. So it's like, this is a good thing. He's not doing anything negative, hit pieces or anything like that. And it's true. I'm just trying to highlight the community, everything cool that we have here. And I told him that there. I'm like, look, I'd love to do more with you guys. When you have events you want to have someone film, let's do an episode of Discover Connecticut. And, I'll come in there and I'll film the artist just like I did tonight. And he seemed like he was sort of into that concept, but I don't know. I'm going to talk to some more people down there. I mean, look, the most important thing I realized is you got to put yourself in positions in order to make things happen in life, and you will never get anywhere if you sit on the sidelines. This walking down the street, talking to people like I've been doing lately, opportunities are arising, my friends. I mean, I never would have met the singer-songwriter of the samples. Like what? And now he has a beat seat, and like, yeah, he didn't pay for it, but who cares? I built it, and I want to give it to somebody who's going to use it, and an artist I appreciate. So he has it. I'm excited about that, and I hope that they get a chance to use it and promote it a little bit, because that would be nice if I sold a beat seat because they shared it and showed it to someone. They're like, that's cool, I gotta have one. But outside of that, what an experience, guys. Such a cool time. And then on the way out, this is another thing that kind of like, it's crazy how these things happen. I didn't want to film anymore anyway. I have so much content I can't even get through right now. I have an episode of New Canaan. I got the Ridgefield episode. I got this 45 minutes in downtown Fairfield. And then I got a full concert where I'm like there interviewing artists, and like, oh, it's just crazy. And so like, I don't have an editor. And so I'm trying to figure out how to edit all of this stuff myself, which is why I'm actually going to end the show in a moment and go back to editing. I want to get this content out, and I want it to be polished and clean. I ran into a friend of mine, Glenn, I haven't seen, and he sent me a text earlier. It's like, our last texts were 9 years ago. Back and forth, so it's cool when you run into people you haven't seen in a while, and hopefully we'll do something together, whether it's promote his business, or perhaps he knows somebody who needs to buy or sell a house. I really think that that's the connection here. I'm a realtor, so if I wind up meeting new people and it leads me to something that puts transactions and for allows me to feed my family, all good, you know. So that's where my shift has been kind of recently, and you could tell, you know, is I got to find a way to make a living. And so that's what I'm doing now, is I'm doing something different. And what I can tell you is this: whether you're from Connecticut or not, whether you're from anywhere else in the country, what I'm hearing from the people I've ran into, and you see Glenn, who I'm telling you about right now. Glenn said, I saw a piece of that thing while you're on the streets talking to people. He's like, that's really awesome. That's really cool to do that. Smart. Do that. It's bold, and it's something that we need right now. And I'm like, yeah, it's totally different. It's not like me sitting here playing my guitar. It's not like me making silly, stupid movies. It's real. It's people. And I get smashed in the face a lot because most people don't want to talk to me. But I like that. I like that there's the suspense. There's the no net, walking a high wire. I'm expecting a smash in the face. So it's all comedic to me. You guys see, I roll with it. I don't get like, you know, I often think about it this way. When I was 18, 19 years old, I went into New York City. This is for about 2 years before I started writing music really hardcore. And I was like, you know what? This is unique, where no one else has this. It's my music. So I'm going to do that. But for about 2 years after I got really into theater, and I played Romeo for a full year on off Broadway. It's called Long Wharf. I did the Palace. It started up at Southern Connecticut. And so this full year of playing Romeo led me to this belief that maybe I had an acting talent. So I went down, did this talent thing, and I did very well. And after that, I decided to start auditioning for commercials. After I won the commercial competition down there, and it was like, I don't know, I'm an animated, you know, performer, and so like the commercial was about somebody who was like a baseball thing. He was like, you know, I wish I could remember the script because it was so crazy, and I just like took it to the extreme, and I was like, it was about a home run. I was like, it's gone. I was like, I did this like Coca-Cola, always for the fans, and I like sang that at the end, and like I won, and it was just stupid, but like that was one thing. And then the music I did I met a bunch of record labels at this same thing when I was like 19, just starting. So I was like, this is something I think I can do. So I was like, phew. And so I went in and I heard no so many times, guys. The long story short on that, what I'm telling you that for is like, I went in for so many auditions, and like I heard no so many times. And by no, it's like you don't hear back. You go on an audition, you think everything went great, and you just don't hear back. You're like, that's weird. Why didn't? And then you see they hired some 6'4" like Norwegian guy. It's like, wait a second, I was up against a 6'4" Norwegian guy, and like, yeah, dude, they don't know what they want. You got 2,000 people auditioning for the same part, and that was real. And I wish I'd stuck with that, honestly, because that I was starting to book stuff, and it's very, very long, tedious work. And maybe if I just kept going on auditions, that it would have gotten bigger and bigger. But I stopped. I started focusing on music. I went to the direction of singer-songwriter, writing my own music, live looping. And that's the direction I went. Almost signed a record deal on that side of it. But regardless, the point is, I've heard no plenty of times, my friends. Okay, so I'm not going to be upset if I'm on the street in Westport, Connecticut, in New Canaan, Connecticut. Which, by the way, I should do Greenwich. We haven't done Greenwich yet. I think I got to go there tomorrow. We may do Greenwich tomorrow. But when you've got live conversations on the street in America, you freaking tune in. You know? Oh, goodness. And that's what it really is now, guys. I'm maybe Discover Connecticut at the beginning was me talking a lot on camera about whatever and market and, hey, hire me, I'm a realtor. But now it's a little different. It's like, I just want to talk to people because that's where the business is. It's not me talking to the camera and saying, hey, hire me. It's being like, hey, Andy met the guy in Rowayton who started off saying, I hope you're not shooting something about Rowayton. Don't do that, you know, and became a friend, you know, and he talked to me he was like on screen the whole freaking episode. It started so crazy to me. I love how this happens. I got two people come up there like dissuading me from filming. No, don't do this. We don't want you to film about our community. You know, last time that happened, it went crazy. And I'm like, this is crazy. This is nuts. And then I won them both over. And I won over the old nice man. Bob, was it Bob? Robert. Um, I won him over because he said, this is going to get all these people to run this place over. And I'm like, no, listen, you need to understand. I've been here since I'm 13 years old. You need someone like me that understands, values this community, highlighting it so I can save what's here. You get somebody else who doesn't, and they're like, hey, guys, look, this place, it's just done. And so he kind of appreciated that. He let out this little smile, and I wish I had zoomed right in on that because it was like really nice, that smile. And then the other guy, Andy, like I said, he came up. He's like, don't do that. Last time it's been 25 years. You guys destroyed it. And then dude talked to me about his entire life. It was crazy. His kids buying experience, great episode. It was a great episode. And it's nice that the episodes now are partially, it's the editing, obviously, but there's a lot of other people and what are they inputting into the value of the episode. And I like that. So I hope it continues to get better. I hope that the experiences get better and the people we meet are more interesting and exciting. And I have to think that, following through on any potential opportunities is the most important thing you could do. And it made me think in that moment how there's been a handful of times in my life where I had an opportunity and I almost did it and then I stopped and I'm like, man, I should have. You should always just take the opportunities when they're there because they're not frequent. And so fail often, but make sure you try, make sure you attempt things. Don't be afraid to take a risk. You need to every once in a while if you really want to succeed or if you want to excel in life. Now, you may find that sometimes these attempts, these failures set you back pretty freaking far. But you got to continue to drive towards new opportunities. Don't settle. And even if it's your last breath, don't settle for that last breath. Try to take two, So anyway, I appreciate you guys more than you know. I hope you value what I'm trying to do here in order to stay afloat and keep things going here, so to speak. I was live 3 times yesterday. I didn't do a traditional show. There's going to be something every day. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Hey, Mark, have you ever seen Huell Hauser, California Gold? Basically saying, I hope this will give you some good ideas. No, I have not. Huell Hauser, California Gold. I'll have to check that out. I mean, it's someone said it's not a novel thing that you're doing. I'm like, no, I'm talking to people, man. And adding the real estate side, adding the small businesses side, adding the 400 years of history side. I don't know if that makes it a bit novel or anything. It's just bringing a lot of things together in one, but I think that's a cool concept. And in a perfect world, it will just get better. So I want to thank you guys for being here. Anna Trejos, Laser Number 7, S-Coop, thank you so much for linking and all the other stuff. You're awesome. Sage Pup, my friend. Willard Guardsu, you guys rock. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the Discover Connecticut YouTube channel. The feed is uninterrupted over there. I noticed over here, it broke up 3 or 4 times yesterday. When I broadcast on location, it's a direct feed from this device to the Discover Connecticut channel and the Beat Seat YouTube channel. No, I'm sorry. The Discover Connecticut YouTube, Discover Connecticut YouTube channel and my Facebook channel. And then YouTube, Twitch, everything else goes through what's called Streamlabs Ultra. And it runs through their server and then out. And so sometimes that one disconnects. So if you really want to get the best experience, at least subscribe to the Discover Connecticut channel and consider following me on Facebook. I post there every day and I put stories up and a lot of other stuff that nobody else sees because it's a different type of platform. So Instagram as well. I think my username is Mark Pyers Realtor. TikTok, Mark Pyers Talk. What else? LinkedIn, Clapper, Twitch, Trovo, I don't even know if we're live on those anymore, to be honest, because I haven't reconnected them. They all need to be reconnected here, though. Gotta figure that out. Anyway, until Amara. Thank you guys. Have a good night and a great start to the week tomorrow. It may rain, so I may not have anything live tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe just sometime tomorrow night. We'll see. Anyway, have a good night. Thanks so much for watching.